Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining me. It's Cassandra from CassandraTyndall.com. Now, I realize it's been a little while since I've done a YouTube video, so I'm back today on the eve of a Virgo new moon. So a great opportunity to, re-kick some good habits and some regularity in some of my projects. So thank you for watching. Today, I want to really discuss this new moon and to give you some guidance and advice around how to utilize this energy. So it is Virgo after all, so let's just get into some of the details. So firstly, 6th of September. So in the USA, if you are in that Eastern time zone, this new moon in Virgo will happen at 8:51 p.m. Of course, if you're in other time zones of the USA, you'll need to adjust for that. In London time zone, we're looking at 1:51 a.m. on very early Tuesday morning. And here in Australia, on the East Coast, I'm located in Brisbane, we are looking at 10:51 a.m. in the morning. So this is a very busy new moon. There's so much going on in the sky right now, but I really just want to factor in or explain today just two factors that I think will be one of the more potent aspects to this lunation. So I'll just break down very quickly what's going on in the sky over this sort of next 24 to 36 hour period. So firstly, we have Mars, which is already in Virgo, is making a trine to Pluto. Venus will have just passed her trine to Jupiter. And then, so those are definitely potent influences, but not necessarily directly connected to the lunation itself. So what I really want to focus on today is the lunation is forming a trine, a super, super tight trine to Uranus. And the ruler of this lunation is Mercury in Libra. So it's going to be really important to look at what Mercury is doing as we move forward through not only this next lunation cycle, the next sort of 4 weeks or so, but also the next couple of months because of what Mercury is doing. So before we really break all that down, just a quick sort of touch or recap on Virgo. So those who are newer to astrology or maybe trying to grapple, the meaning of the signs, the energy of Virgo in of its nature can be quite contradictory. And one of those signs that I find can be a little tricky for people to understand at face value from the get-go. So Virgo is Earth, it's mutable, and it's ruled by Mercury. So it does have this kind of cerebral, mercurial, logistical component to it, but also very practical and methodical. So one thing I find that with Virgo is what it's really great for doing is helping to connect maybe body and mind, practicality with planning or practical strategy, or the integration of the thoughts and the mind as well as the body. And I think for a lot of people right now, there is this sort of disconnection of body and mind and perhaps a lack of groundedness. So this new moon can be very helpful to do that, to do those things, the information that we take in, Mercury, and perhaps digest it and dissect it and pull it apart and figure things out. So this is a great, which is the digestive part. Virgo does rule those intestines. So when we take in nutrients, we swallow the food and our body breaks it down and does that sort of quintessential separating the wheat from the chaff, and whatever our body doesn't need, it will get rid of. So this is something, this analogy, this idea is something that's really quite powerful under this new moon. So what things in your life currently are you digesting that you're like, oh, this isn't sitting well with me? And this could be food, it could be alcohol, it could be news and media, relationships, all sorts of things. So again, as always with your astrology, look to the house that Virgo rules. And this is where you can really sort of get grounded, practical, and methodical. one of the things with Virgo, it seeks to improve things. It wants to optimize and, make better. And so this trine to Uranus can give you that sort of maybe that brilliant idea, that breakthrough, an energy of excitement. Hey, I'm happy to tackle this problem or solve this issue or look at things from a new idea or a new perspective. This new moon making such a tight trine to Uranus is hugely vital. It's alive. It's like, just having that maybe an energy drink or the caffeinated quality, and it can really get you sort of fired up and feeling alive and vital. After a detox or some kind of elimination, it can help you feel more clear-headed and alive. I was just talking on WhatsApp with a couple of my girlfriends, and we've sort of just like been in our own little worlds a little bit. And I said, I've really reduced my drinking. I'd gone into this phase where I was just sort of not excessively, but that compounded effect of a glass or two of wine every night was really starting to add up. So these last couple of weeks, I've cut right back, and it's just one bottle of the week over the weekend. And so it's just really just that eliminating of things that might be enjoyable or pleasurable. But once you get rid of that, you realize, wow, I feel more alive and vibrant. So this new moon can help you feel more alive or vibrant, ready to tackle something new or take on a new challenge. There's a real spontaneity coming through when Uranus is involved. So Virgo is a sign that can sometimes get, stuck in the details or can't always see the forest for the trees. It's always sort of mutable and wanting to change, but sometimes doesn't always see that bigger picture. So if you've been stuck on a problem or an issue or feeling a little bit stagnant, Uranus can help you see things from a perspective you hadn't yet looked at before. So there's a certain radiance coming through with this lunation. So there is a real vibrant, optimistic energy coming through. If you're feeling a little bit restless or something, this could lead to a breakthrough. So, sometimes when things look like they're not working, or you're stuck, you're stagnant, or feeling like, you're going to rip your hair out with a problem, that's usually that breakthrough moment. Faith isn't faith until it looks like it's not working, right? And so Uranus can help you see something from a new perspective and bring you that light bulb moment. Now, for the most part, Virgo is a sign that's usually very helpful. It's willing to cooperate. It wants to be of service to something or someone. So this Uranus might just add a little bit of that surprise element there, where you realize, hey, I don't want to be of service to that thing anymore. I don't want to cooperate in the way that I have been. So this might also be helpful for that Virgo part of your chart to really maybe promote some of those themes of authenticity or liberation as well, particularly if you've been a little bit stuck or stagnant. So if something new, fresh, exciting, different comes into your sphere over the course of this lunation, there's a real invitation to say yes to it. Now, then there's also the Mercury component. So Mercury is the ruler of this lunation, and it's at 10 degrees of Libra. So that is a potent degree for the upcoming tour of Mercury in Libra, because Mercury is going to be in Libra till around, I think, the 5th, 6th of November, due to an upcoming retrograde phase. So at this point, 10 degrees Libra, this is Mercury's pre-retrograde shadow. So 10 degrees is the part of the sky where Mercury will station direct, so ending the retrograde phase next month. And from the top of my head, I do believe that happens around October, sort of 17-ish, is when Mercury will complete its retrograde. So it stations at 25, where Venus is right now, at around the 28th of September, and then there'll be that 3-week retrograde. So this new moon isn't just a sort of a 24 to 30, 48 hour energy. It's something that is going to sort of reverberate not only through this Virgo lunation cycle, but to my mind, for the next couple of months. So if you are looking to make those Virgo type improvements to a certain part of your life, the idea here is whether you want to get more fit or healthy, make some positive changes, do some type of cleanse or renewal or improvement. The idea here is it may not necessarily be about going from 0 to hero overnight. It will be a process. Now, there's a lot of optimism in particular with this particular new moon and moving forward. So its ruler, Mercury in Libra, is also going to make 3 trines to Jupiter as a part of this cycle. So there is that idea of good news coming through, maybe some support, mentorship, or guidance to help you make those positive changes or improvements. It's also this idea that it's a step-by-step process, that compounding effect of making small but regular daily improvements that will, see you reach for success or make those positive changes that you're looking to make under this new moon. So there is a sense too that this lunation, I'm going to use the word foreshadowing, but that can sometimes seem like a little bit impending doom, but that's not the case. It's almost like there's a little bit of a piece of information or data or an inner knowing that'll come through that will continue to work through this Mercury retrograde period that we're coming in. So in conclusion, this new moon, what you choose to start now, the positive changes, the improvements, maybe some of those lifestyle adjustments, it may not be about doing all the things all at once, but making those gradual improvements. So if it's your money, maybe it's just siphoning a little bit away. Maybe if it's just $20 a week or whatever it is, just do those things that you know that your future self will thank you for. If you've got Virgo rising, maybe this is some physical health and wellness things. If it's career, maybe you're going to look at it from that perspective too. So as always, look to your birth chart, and that's going to give you more personal insights to how to make the most of this lunation. Of course, if you'd like to explore more astrology with me on a regular basis, there's always the Golden Circle Club. But as always, to stay in the loop of what's happening over at CassandraTyndall.com, jump over to the website, subscribe to my newsletter. There's a great article there all about Jupiter that you can learn more about your personal Jupiter from. And as always, I hope this new moon serves you well. And I'd love to hear in the comments below what you're looking forward to the most as a part of this new moon in Virgo. Okay, bye for now.